Alright, so we have our graphic ready to go, and now I'm going to walk you through running the laser cutter. Again, I'm specifically using a Trotec Speedy 100. The first thing you're going to want to do is power this bad boy on. So on the back over here you'll see the switch. So you're going to flip that switch on, and you'll hear that fan kick on. And then what you'll see is the bed of the laser drop all the way down to the bottom, and then it'll beep for you here in a second. So we'll let that do that. I got my wood over here that I already made. Again, this is a piece of oak with my chamfered edge that I routed on there. So I got that ready to go, and as soon as this is done doing its thing, there's the beep. I can then flip open the lid, and you can see my honeycomb workspace there. Again, we got 24 by 12, and what I'm going to do with my piece of wood is square it up in the corner along this top edge and this left edge of my workspace here. So now that it's perfectly square, that's good. Now what we need to do with the laser is tell it where the top of my wood is at. So over here you got some different controls. These red ones move the laser, like if I hit right here, that'll move the laser over that direction, back over and up, whereas these two black ones on the right hand side actually move your entire bed up. So I know it may be a little bit hard to see because it's a little slow, but right now I'm raising the entire bed. Now what you want to be careful of is that you never run the bed up into this part of the laser. That could cause some issues, so please avoid that. The other thing that we're going to be using is this little tool, which is going to help us tell the machine where the top of the wood is at. Now I keep mine typically just right there, so you can grab that. Now on the back of this thing, there's this little notch right there, and we're going to set that directly on this little edge, just like so. And it kind of just rests on the edge, so you just kind of balance it right there. You can kind of see that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise the table up with this black button right here until the wood hits that tool that we're using. So I'm holding the up button right now, and I'm going to bring that all the way up until it hits it. Once it hits it, now the machine, I'm going to put my tool back. The laser will now know where the top of the wood is at. So I'm going to close the glass, and then you're going to wait for it to beep again. There it is. So now it knows where the top of the wood is at. What I need to do now though, since I have a routed edge, I'm going to only use these buttons because I don't want to raise or lower the table anymore because I have it specifically where I want. So I'm going to use these directional arrows to get to the top left corner of my chamfered edge. So I want that red dot right on the edge. So I'm just kind of tapping those little arrow buttons, and I want to get right there. That's exactly where I want it to be. Because if you remember, we measured it 7 5/8 by 7 5/8. So by putting the laser there, I can now go back to the computer and I can snap my graphic to right where the laser's at. Now in order to do that, the first thing I want to do is hit this little connect button, which is a USB symbol. So I'm going to click that, and then it's going to connect the job control software now to my laser cutter. Once it does that, you'll notice up in the top, wherever your laser's at, you're going to see this little icon. So you can see it right there. So what I want to do is take my graphic here and snap this top left corner here to where the laser's at. So I'm going to do that now. So I'm going to click drag. As soon as you get close to it, it'll automatically snap to it. And if you look, the laser and the corner of my graphic are perfectly aligned. So now the graphic is going to engrave exactly where I want it within my provided space that I had already set up based on the chamfered routered edge. Another quick tip, you'll notice that I've put some masking tape over here. The reason why I like that is because this fan that's sucking the smoke and the dust and all the other stuff, it's really focused right here where my workspace is. So that's a little quick tip that I've found to work really nice. But you just got to be careful. You got to remember to take that off if you are doing a bigger job. So the next thing I'm going to do is simply hit, actually I'm going to hit update over here down on the bottom. And what that'll do is it'll give me real time how long it's going to take. Notice that it's in black and my symbol over here. It is just going down into it a little bit because all of this is going to engrave. So it's going to take 14 minutes to engrave. So I'm happy with the way it looks. I'm happy with the time. So this is where I'm really just double checking to make sure that everything is spot on, because once I hit this play button, that thing's going to run. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the play. As soon as I do that, it'll start working its way from top to bottom there. And I'm not going to play this video for the next 14 minutes. We'll stop it and then I'll show you a picture later on of the finished product.